Everybody thinks that you need some massive smoker that costs more than your car payment to make incredible ribs. And I used to think that too. I'd scroll through Instagram, see these monster offset smokers, and feel like such a fraud with my little electric box. But I'm about to show you something that'll blow your mind. These BBQs are going to make people think that you got some secret barbecue connection. Honestly, it's embarrassing how easy this actually is. I've got a master built electric smoker, nothing fancy. And I picked it up a few years back for about 180 bucks. It does the job just fine. For wood, I'm using applewood and mesquite today. Applewood gives you that subtle sweet smoke, and mesquite brings a little extra punch. If you can't find these exact ones, don't stress about it. Use what you can get. Here's something that matters more than wood. Get yourself a decent thermometer. The one that comes with most smokers is useless and it's never accurate. You're gonna need a water pan, and here's a tip I wish someone had told me earlier. Keep that vent wide open for the first few hours. I used to keep mine barely cracked, and I couldn't figure out why my ribs tasted like an ashtray. Oh, and pull your chip tray out just a little bit. It gives you a little bit better airflow. And I discovered this by accident when I forgot to push it in all the way. When you're at the store, look for racks that have a consistent thickness. You don't want one end that is thick as your thumb and the other end paper thin. That's just asking for uneven cooking. And then look for some marbling. You know, those little white streaks of fat that are going throughout the meat? That's where the flavor comes from. Now take your ribs out of the packaging and pat them dry with some paper towels. Trim off any loose pieces that are hanging around, but don't go crazy. The first time I did this, I trimmed so much, I basically bought an expensive dog bone. Now about that membrane on the back, some people make this into a huge production. All you have to do is get a butter knife under one corner and grab it with a paper towel and peel it right off. It literally takes 30 seconds. Now, if you bought these at Costco or maybe a Sam's Club, they might have already done this for you. So don't be like me and spend time trying to remove that membrane if it's not even there. Now, if it's giving you some trouble, just score it with your knife and move on. Now, I put on a light coat of mustard. Not for flavor, it just helps the rub stick. You can use hot sauce, olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, really whatever's handy. And for the rub, I like to keep it simple. Salt, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, brown sugar, and some chili powder. Nothing revolutionary here. Now work it in good. Don't be shy about it. The key is letting them sit after you season them. It takes about 30 minutes for that rub to get tacky and really stick. I usually clean up a mess, or maybe I'll grab a beer while I wait. Oh, and by the way, if you're new to backyard barbecue and you need some help with some cooking times and temperatures, I have a free guide for you that covers everything from meats to veggies, and it's perfect for getting started. Just drop a 100 in the comments below and I'll send it your way. All right, the ribs are going to go into the smoker, meat side up at 225 degrees Fahrenheit. I add my wood chips right away. You know, the applewood and mesquite mix that I was talking about earlier. And then I'm going to spray them every hour or so with a mix of apple juice and water. This just keeps the surface from drying out too much. And after about 3 hours, I wrap them in foil with a little bit of butter, brown sugar, and some honey. But before I wrap them up, I flip them meat side down. This keeps all the juices in contact with the meat. And then they go back into the smoker for another couple hours. Then I unwrap them and I put them back in for the final stretch. And this is going to be where you decide if you want sauce or not. I usually do half and half because my wife likes sauce, and I think it covers up all the work you just did. And just beware here that timing is flexible. Every rack is different, so don't stress if it takes longer than you think. Temperature-wise, you're looking for somewhere between 198 degrees and 203 degrees Fahrenheit. But I don't rely on that alone. I look for the meat pulling back from the bones. You'll see about a quarter inch of the bone showing through. And then you can also stick a toothpick in between the bones. The toothpick should slide in nice and easy with no resistance, like a hot knife through butter. You could also pick them up with tongs right in the middle, and they should bend and crack slightly, but not break in half. If you want a little bite to them, pull them at 195 degrees. If you want them falling off the bone, then let them go to 205 degrees. I usually split the difference. Let them rest for about 10 minutes under some loose foil. And when it comes to slicing, flip them meat side down so you can actually see where you're going to cut. And use a sharp knife. One clean slice between each bone. Don't saw back and forth. When it comes to serving them, I do a mixed platter. Some sauce, some not. It keeps everyone happy. You can even throw in some pickles on the side, and that'll cut through all that richness of that rib. And that's it. You just got done smoking baby back ribs in an electric smoker. But ribs aren't the only thing that you can smoke in an electric smoker. Check out this video right here where I smoke a prime rib roast to perfection in an electric smoker. You're not going to want to miss this one. Check it out now, and I'll see you there.